This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Okutufio, anu akaime.
Yes, I say from this year quickly because of time. Abrant here, Nehun say my buffo, Ecuador. I didn't say those things are very common in Africa. It is no best at least. You need a TFO best share. The World Cup qualifies for the 2022 World Cup. No, say FIFA almost shall say the Comebol one we had the last time. Now 2 games involving Ecuador. Any of my friend Chile. And I did not in the World Cup qualifiers. Back when Branty friend Brian Castello, Javier Segura. Ono who 7 American. One of the game of boy. Back when Omiki 8 appearance for Ecuador. Ewo qualifies here on boy ewo the Comebol World Cup qualifies. Nanu na Chile foko ye protest. Sa Brantia na osi akan edema Colombian osi akan edema Ecuador no. Dinwa. Or the force certificate. So wo hwe ne passport on so a wasesa no. Wasesa ni bibia ni date of birth wasesa no. Bibia documents or this akan nyina wasesa no. E no de akwa akosi akan de ama Ecuador. Omkoti na asem no so kane no. Dinwa. But lastly, no more say evidence say some at least likely say Ecuador for missing out in 2014, 2018. This time too, they are likely to miss out. It's evidence almost they are coming some benya pictures no they are on TV. First of all, Branty and Yawon to Marco in Colombia. Ena ucha kwanko kopi mu San Lorenzo ewo Ecuador. No kwa no koso businessman bi. And I know a businessman buano sign documents in Ademano. Now, unfortunately for him, now a granting interview at all. Actually, Dean said the real name sit here. Nymphia wadi, baby, I wono, and ne a year ni Dina and Cassan the date of birth. In an interview, okay, say, ya won in 1995. But so share documents or use Ecuador so dear. The documents and so ya trace documents ni be we Ecuador birth certificate or modemano. Into way a fake one na okwa Ecuador mum na okokoye no eno ni we minim so mo benya Colombia birth certificate ni dia maya nti 3 documents and actually for na compile omo de kwa copy mu the appeals committee e FIFA so omo hwem na branch no omo disqualify no na omo nye points na mfa ma omo na chili mum nti min qualify mfa me pie mu e World Cup ya ye bebo ni nkata in just 2 months to the World Cup and as we ba nti ye twen the FIFA so a bit with the ababe pim.
Na we nimpenism ni ebiasida.
Say player 45.
Aka wish kakra bi na World Cup asase. Ecuador ni host country na able. Na say you can unqualified player. You know wako use. Yes. Unqualified player. Na FIFA abo asem na gu no makoye omakonya fresh evidence. Etia branch no. Na say no ma esikika kon wan hwe ya. Enye Ecuador mum Chile they be against Qatar. Minti wasam nimpenism da.
You know it's highly strange. Say very easy for players to naturalize. Ya can Africa for baby be o naturalize for teams. Ya who South America for baby be o naturalize for teams. But Abranti we dey no enye an issue of wa naturalize it. But ono there o si on free Colombia but of free Ecuador. Into the Colombian documents no onyusu no baby see all the lives of Diego Costa mo free Brazil bebo man Spain yenya Kelele Mbappe and other guys almost akwa diama the French national team yenya Jeremy Mokaka bebo ma di ma Germany and so umusa ya ngono but this guy's situation is clearly different ono no de o se onye Colombia ni all those players are catch omo naturalized in the no see e wo mo hokra their story is clearly different. But we there or see onye Colombia ni on try to mark order or ye Ecuador ni. But unfortunately for him, the other document says otherwise. Into the story ni clearly different from players or naturalized. Senka naturalization wakwa akoye di ama Ecuador. Menye so say jinu anka nsem no bekwa akoyi but ono there or see only any document correlated with Colombia and Ecuador any fresh evidence. And let's see how things will work out for him. FIFA. Antonio Conte say I feel any team no Son Heung-min 6 games, 486 minutes played, you know. I feel with on your untouchable view. 6 months ago, and Antonio Conte de Betu just say, it would be crazy. So your coach I'll be benches Son Heung-min. Yaka Ghanaian players are almost performing in the last minute, almost redemptive from their respective class, and why kind. One key player in a group in the higher power Son Heung-min. And unfortunately for Ghana, last season he won the goal king in the EPL, but this season the Nyaman Kuye. Untimen to Atanaba Akokra, out of the 6 games in the EPL, he had just 1 assist. Now this time, there's competition for places. Tottenham Hotspur team, Canada they don't care on the Hurricane in the Gilani war in a 3-5-2 setup, or if the coach decide to go in for a 3-4-3, and then could just free you Rebecca Hono, Obia how in the second half, or best Sunday month for team and friend Tottenham Hotspur. But I must spend closer to £60 million in the market for a brand your friend Richarlison de Andrade. In the competition out of the 3 no any 4 na April. And so after could just form. Watch Richarlison in the last few games I was starting because on also by no one started. In the Champions League against Olympiacos, he scored twice. In the Premier League, we saw his performance against Fulham. Into also knocking at the doors of the Tottenham team, and it brings balance and different dimension to the Tottenham Hotspur attack. Then Antonio Conte said that be say dear on one branch or car say you coach now bench na say why do you need man a fade on your untouchable because there's competition for places. The guy needs to up his game. He's a good player. He's one player some of us believe say watch out Tottenham Hotspur at least ke was say big team be team aba be sign no amuna ba be sia kan dia momo. But unfortunately, all these things are part of the game. So you player and you the beer and I'll be now form not to say the eternal. And this is the test time for Son Heung-min. This is the time Coach Akache and say he remained untouchable. And this is the time there's so much competition for places. Obi here say Branty the beat me left in the game up in the APL.
Okay. You have Champions League games now.
Obviously, Ferdinand 7 day I can't.
Ferdinand no. Nobody talk like catcher no. Formation I saw born they Mendy no.
You know me be any mama.
Someone found in the post.
That was a suggestion because what deeply informed. But me your coach, me de kepa be them de me mama Mendy adasa. Tell me your coach. Me de kepa be de me mama Mendy adasa. But you know, football no there are a lot of things of course wa. Any preview to. Uja obi abechere na dwen ye cry it you know ordinary person on the street uja na be kwa Pep Guardiola player on you. And when results are not forthcoming it is said the oka akoka kwebu me omo motika no obi abechere utwi. Chelsea are not getting the results from last season the baby sine, so obviously there will be suggestions from the top. Argentina am 4-3-3, Argentina am goalkeeper win them. And I no cry there any thought ball in any microphone. We did a setup here TBB. Said there were suggestions from other pundits. Said Edouard Mendy are deeply informed from last season the Baby Sine. What costed Chelsea in many occasions. Thomas Tuchel Pama Yeka said Omo Pam Nina and Modibon said no. Most of the goals conceded Eya Branty or that TV sui. Because you know the Modibon this season fem the Modibon shiny. But as I said, Kepa was given the opportunity. The moment of fear, let's go be by. And he seek on the coffee no one give you any assurance and stability. So obviously, not Chelsea also call for a new goalkeeper, a less goalkeeper in terms of the market and buy. And if nothing at all, his exploit. The Champions League, you know. Chelsea want to compete in the Champions League in the APL. And if you have a goalkeeper like Mendy, not you don't performance, then how will you survive? Until I agree, say and never be why you don't expect the leadership. So I'm best suggested because they are not technical men. But as usual, unimba in the baby or say goalkeeper be a performance no of them. And let's not forget, Kepa Nisika or Jiwa Chelsea no a super be chair Edouard Mendy there.
Yeah.
I think it's about times 3. And or Jiwa Chelsea.
And Mendy rejected
the new proposal.
Yeah.
Yes, Kepa is £150,000 a week. Edouard Mendy is around £52,000 a week. It is all your penny now to yes kakaka with the mother or the TV sui. Now goalkeeper or the money sikakesi and in Europe do Sanya man play a vital role. Not so only be now you know there will be suggestions. I didn't think I'm a goalkeeper back on the because come teaching there a bomber player be I don't know on the issue of the 4-3-3. Meaning what goes into that. May I've always stuck with Thomas Tuchel 3-4-3, and I think it is a perfect formation for a team and how they play. Until there could be suggestions, but you know, at the end of it all, Coach Nichire say he's in charge. Unfortunately, finally, but Coach there so show grip, ne absolute control, and no more ye. Tell us about go and say, oh, coach in the can be BIT, coach in the can be BIT, and no matter level of authority. Any capabilities as a coach, any said the amount for si hunu jeno didn't say obeko big teams are omo the cream de la cream and prima donnas are obetimi a survival. So I totally agree with Thomas Tuchel. So show grip, show absolute control, no show so we're tough, only easy, so be push over.
Obi ese Crawford de yache no. Na ewo almost all the teams no CEOs ni owners no. Omo na a ball no. Omo na selection no. Omo na substitutions. Omo na kasachire coaches no. Omo ayemfo omo money ade nyina. Osi e obabia few teams and mpelifoni jai coaches no omo running clubs. Nti we na ne de number bontinti na say nwanwa ama but omo ya no.
You know. Football no ye o
here. One penia e be you
adi. Enye obi a na tesa.
Me kase obi a.
Na me say ba bia na omo ka no. In out there, omo hierarchy and way to channel issues. Florentino Perez be fa fun afre obi or Real Madrid bench was say munyi asent of free for Rodrigo nko. No.
We won was obey.
You know, elsewhere omo nye. Omo be fa omo different way omo be fa so aye. Say Florentino Perez be fa kunya betena bench ne nchen. No, say baby, the person who is raising them concern is basing his argument on Ghana. That is obvious.
So I'm for Ghana then. Who cover Florentino Perez?
No, okay, maybe. Yeah, waha. Now Patrice Motsepe or Babla Gonzalez for Simba. No, I'm for Kunya Kwakotana the coach in China Abra Simba for Bobo or Muhammad El Khatib. Ebe kwako fa kunya kwako tena Piso Mosman in Chabra Ali Bobo. No.
I know yeah, baby. And they would compare Ghana.
I
had a BBI.
Oh, you know, say Babra Gonzalez.
Europe and Tanzania.
Europe. Say Richard na selection ma Eric Ten Hag.
A bill or anything.
You know, I won't buy that. Okay. I'm saying that right. There could be suggestions.
For which film? One only way, and I only way. I don't want to mean it.
And no, that is suggestion. And you say general, baby,
okay. Naro matches no, and so
they do that professionally.
Okay. Good morning to Fabian Dolaka and your able crew and cherished listeners and viewers. Joe, I would like to know the whereabouts of Anthony Annan, Michael Essien, Kessben Sports No Size, greetings to Bonus, NDC Regional Chairman for Upper West Region, Dipku Ismail. With the way if you were old traffic lights, no, and Abraham. The reason why I will never ever subscribe to the Tuchel dismissal and the Potter appointment is that Todd Boehly is no different from a Ghanaian team owner who always interferes in the coach's job from the VIP stands. I have every reason to believe that the English government deliberately sold Chelsea to that big-headed owner to destroy the empire and legacy Abramovich left at Chelsea. I listened to Harry Potter's first interview as a Chelsea coach yesterday, and there's no Graham Potter. Okay, there's no winning instinct in his ideologies. Clearly, he will kowtow to whatever the big-headed Todd will tell him to do, and even play over the players the big-headed Todd will tell him to play with. I'm devastated as a Chelsea fan, as my darling club is clearly about to go back to being a small club again. Anyway, I hope Barcelona will smash Bayern today for Julian Nagelsmann to be sacked and Tuchel to be employed as the Bayern coach. Safo Kantanka, Safo Kantanka anyway, and so every airport residential area Accra Abreye.
General.
Yes, sir.
You see, may I show you know free baby. Nyame adaru my car na nyina wo baby na say ntim baby na agya na ndum into being offer an assistance. Clearly, we a manager, not a resource in Kuya, suggestions will come. If the results are forthcoming, me sure say penny biya the suggestions near the beba. So indeed, Satot Bolly, catcher Ura Freno, Thomas Tuchel say I won't try 4-3-3. I won't see coach Kakrani adeno. Clearly, my GM said because the results were not forthcoming, and that's why those suggestions started coming. And Chelsea games, throughout the season, and as the season started, it's not like results in Kwanemba. Born and Kasanso, even those games they win, you could see that they are struggling. And this struggling, started from this season, and also from last season, and so obviously, suggestions will start coming. But yes, you will agree with Andy, we a manager, you want to show balls. So show balls, now so we suggestions, so of course, the na resource bar. Why not? But if the resource is not coming, then the superior authority to make a say, means to me authority, and my authority now me want to say me the best sack you. So I'll go ahead and sack you. So I think those suggestions came from Todd Bolly and Co. because the results were not forthcoming. If an investor a breaking record in the British transfer window, and I said transfer window, say in recent season, team be spending over 270 million pounds sterling. That's still results, near my suggestions now so far. The obvious thing will be you'll be shown the exit door. So I think that results na emano, and the my suggestions in the buy, and one for suggestions in our course why the results in the managers and investors. The investment don't pay a resource. So also final results so be a new way. But final results no so bad there. Then it calls for a change. So me feel ordinary and he called for it. Was it a shock of the life? Why he devastated and all that? Now results in him. Would there be also no one so can complains about when boys in more bonus say also now you in charge. You be before for us also and then an investor there. Leave.
Tell Andy Manchester United used to do that during the time of Jose Mourinho. Alex Ferguson used to send a paper of substitutions from Mourinho, but the manager all the time threw them away. Gideon we express our utmost appreciation to His Royal Highness Osajifo Nanaj Mambadu, the President of Abono Regional House of Chiefs, and the Domahine and the good people of Doma. We were overwhelmed by support and prayers to management, technical team, and the playing body. Asida Uncle Joseph, Accra Rep, Bekum Chelsea, and the way our brain. Every matches no much true. The because of
Papa
don't know Kazan. You do local stories now. The Hunsem Ebeba. Okay, similar in Mark in Faisal. Yeah. Okojik in Faisal also Jesse. And I'm informed of Mamususka. Yeah, I said, oh, yeah, Bekum Chelsea. All right. The local na in some way and so. One year match Biano, not in your Anfield. Liverpool, Ajax, Arena, my friends, Allianz Arena, Bayern, Barcelona. They take a crack home.
Andy Pepe, but Mr. Ghana for the World Cup. You're paying in say Ghana players say a kind teach more Champions League. And never be quay their mom. Tenanya may adum, it be a kudus, a kujima maya see. Yem fan pipe and tanic. Started season, we have former kudus whoop. And now Brian Bro Betinachi or Forta Bako pet and your Besako bench beam. To we dear Ghana Funya. Yem fire pie and tie
analysis on one.
That's how we're analyzing the owner.
The almost can see
maybe they are appeal. Maybe they are appeal.
Who was in be a kind?
What's an Okano?
Say, vampire won't take Kudus.
Kudus, any Ayas. Also, Ayas, or my bread, this is no beer him so much in the we are.
The Liverpool.
Okay, players are two free team.
Manchester United.
Oh,
Liverpool. Now they go for Kudus.
As
matches.
Oh, then your matches are not me. Oh,
Mebausu.
Remember, no, see,
remember,
oh, bravo, say the whole Liverpool.
Aye.
nti Ajax for no mo she bi
who take advantage to do
advantage of what
you know
aba
there be o say Ajax for form
mess me bounce
and then let's just be to mu nya pipe
ala be kakra ta akire
you know
o mo she 6 o mo she obi 5 o mo she obi 4 and I also wo 4 case name
you know
yeah.
My name is started from Anfield.
Yeah, okay.
There was so much pressure our Jurgen Klopp ni Liverpool team so unfortunately our last game in the Champions League na ankoyi
more fire
the last 2 games how many I asked boy in 1-0 in Anfield 1-0 at the Johan Cruyff Arena Amsterdam so also show games boy in the Premier League you know the evidence is clear so here I asked team now no be any so Messi Sebastian Haller Messi Anthony Martial dos Santos but they are not missing any of their 2 players anymore why because within a short time Steve Bergwijn Ababe Ketim no year Jumani Kudus are picking the form in the last 2 games and things are working well for team IFN Ayas in defense Oman Sam is Lisandro Martinez because Omokofa Kevin Bassi, the Nigerian international from Scotland, also about pair branch of Juliet Mbes with Daily Blend up front. In midfield, Obiel Essen Alvarez, Sergio Berhus, and then Kenneth Taylor in midfield. But so what I ask him now, baby, Oman who didn't want the attack where they have Dusan Tadic, Kudus Mohammed, and then Abranti Efren Steve Bergwijn. You have 3 players within the setup Oma tested the Premier League in Tadic, in Blend, and then you have other player in Bergwijn Dinwa on Sujinato. One team is a very flexible one. They have the ability to control or be a good in possession or more players or more fast or more players or more team crab or and so defense and a quite downside, especially in the absence of Andy Robertson. Let's just say Liverpool will be in trouble. But you know in Anfield, looking at the troubles and issues that crop up recently, me hope we said this is a game at club at the best and Yemen because Osakolusu game with ya. Then obviously the issue about our Pedro team from Baby Akuti Baby no, there will be so much pressure on him. People will start the club out. And Macasa Liverpool one team. Omobetimi share in the EPL, but when it comes to the Champions League, that is where you can trust them. Napoli making sure say Omobetwa not to ometi no matimi use the high line against them. Ajax will go a different way. After Schroeder won his first game and you know in Anfield, Ajax start the game as underdogs. I'm expecting Liverpool so Omobetimi winning this particular game. Big game at the Allianz Arena, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. In recent times, a big game, you know, ye beba ye jehu say ya, but ye mungi no. Na Bayern Munich for the omo PBI ya Barcelona. Last season you the home and away, a 6 goals, ye carried the A2. Even Barcelona with that form, the MNS after those goals and name akosha no still. Bayern Munich to me back winning by 3 goals to 2. So the Allianz Arena is not a perfect place for Barcelona in recent times when it comes to meeting the 2 teams. Bayern for Neyman Koye and the last 3 games, Yaka Julian Belen, Yaka Stuttgart, and Yaka more performance in domestic season, you know, said the Neyman NC Nkoye. Issues such as ready from their side and players are much as criticize Thomas Muller and some kind, and a lot of players are question coaches and the tactics. Games now but don't forget in the Champions League game against Inter Milan at the Giuseppe Meazza share Inter Milan by 2 goals to 0. Barcelona team ni team in 20 goals scored just considered 2 and so game on boy again Victoria Plaza na no one say Barcelona team form again they have attack I am very sharp even players on the bench game no. So in Rafinha, in Dembele, in Robert Lewandowski, you have an attacker. So difference in the moon, yes, you know how Breso Betimia continue more. So share the probables about. It's likely say because they want that compact defense. And to almost say Omdi Lucas Hernandez, Ebebabe Pe Matthias Delete, with Afonso David, and then Benjamin Pavard, a midfield of Leon Goretzka or Michel Sabista, Joshua Kimmich, Thomas Muller behind Sadio Mane with Serge Gnabry and Dema Muzela, or probably any of their wingers in Kingsley Coman or Leroy Sané. And now Bayern Edeba. Barcelona who then the attack. Pedro tried to put the pieces together and to build a certain cohesion in midfield. But the ball tried the final third. na se ball ni kura Dembele na Rafinha or Lewandowski because in such tie or no na very decisive for most of the time etimi abaso between Barcelona and Bayern Munich. And for the first time in many years, this is the time two teams in the Babisha who say clearly Barcelona read this particular game as favorite. But in the Champions League and group stage of the Champions League, Makasa in recent time, Bayern Munich and Manchester City, any team or match say group stage the Oma Hondi Esweni. Barca be used to match where they are say whether they are back in the Champions League or beating my favorite for the Champions League because beating Bayern Munich, Bayern Yepo, no matter the crisis within their setup, one of the favorites for the Champions League this particular time. Into where a stage is set for the big guys. And the last time, Leandro Paredes spoke up the process and General Nkoyi. Lewandowski come back to land now on him and say, only a time here the training sessions are. Obonsa Lewandowski or ne security personnel, this still was no honor, or be a bonkom. It tells you the grounds are all called. All free on several issues by. Is he going to be the man in charge for Barcelona to change the records in favor of Barcelona this particular time? Or buy a phony form in the domestic league, but almost form in the Champions League on better Alzana. You know, two teams we share, they're back on very common. Goals. And only idea who Bayern Munich and then Barcelona time. Time who 1-0. Time who 2-0 maninsi. But who 3, who 4-2, who 3-2, who 3-1, who 4-0, who 8. Into all games near goals because they have a very flexible side. So Bayern and Timian containing the Barcelona attack. They will be in trouble, and if Sadio Mane too comes to the party, the Barca defense will be in trouble. You know, a bare match of goals. Okay. But I think because of the history, Bayern still start the game as favorite.
Believe it or not, Kessben Sports is incomparable. Congratulations to Kumasi Asante Kotoko for winning against Cadiogo, and the FC Barcelona win by 3-1. Greetings to Edu, Randy.